Jesus' name.
How's it going, everybody? It's your boy Dre. We are back here for another one. I'm here with my beautiful wife,
Asha.
And today, guys, we came across a statistic that it always kind of surprises me when I see it. The statistic says that 40 to 41% of marriages here in the United States are failing and ending in divorce. That's a really bad.
That's a big number. It's
not good. And as someone who's been married now to my wife for a couple of years now, I have to say marriage is the best thing that's happened to me. I'm so grateful for my wife. I'm so grateful for the family that we've created and shared together.
If you're someone who is struggling in your marriage or going through a lot in your marriage and you just are looking for a solution, we are not saying that we have all the answers, but we're saying that there are a few things that we do that help us in our marriage, and we want you to also apply this so that your marriage can be successful.
We're making this video because we want to see that percentage of people staying married get higher and higher. Today's video, guys, we want to talk about why marriages fail and what you can do to fix it. We're just going to keep it brief. We're going to share the top 3 reasons why we believe marriages fail, and also just provide some solutions for you guys. So we'll kind of just jump back and forth, and everything that when we speak to you guys is all based off of experience and just observations from people close to us. So that's where it's coming from. And also a lot of our things we talk about come from the Bible, to be honest. That's the root of everything that we do, which actually gets me into my number 1 point. Why most marriages fail, we believe, is because the husband and wife are not connected spiritually. They do not have God as the foundation. That is the number 1 thing that me and my wife have, is God. And so whatever conflict, whatever issue we go through, we always turn back to God. We always open our Bible. We always pray. And I kid you not, guys, whatever you're going through, it just sort of just melts away. It seems to disappear. And I feel like so many people, they get married, but in the physical. They get married because they're attracted to each other, or they like, maybe one person has money and so they want to get married to that person. But again, you're living in the physical, not the spiritual. A marriage is a covenant. It is literally a promise that you're making to God, because the Bible says, what's the verse?
What God put together,
let no man separate, right? And so that's how we function in our marriage. So what do you think, babe?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. So just for what Dre said, the reason why marriages don't work is because a lot of people are not equally yoked. Okay.
Just not to cut you off, but I know the term equally yoked is thrown around a lot, and I see it on social media, and a lot of people don't really know what that means. Can you kind of give us a sense of what equally yoked means?
Yes, I feel that you should have the same belief. First of all, that's the first thing. Spiritually, religiously, you know what I mean? Whatever interpretation that you want to, right? But I'm going to speak on the Bible's perspective because I am a child of God and I believe in Christ. So I believe that you should not marry or be in a relationship or even date someone who does not obey the Lord and who does not believe in the Bible exactly as it's written, because at some point you're going to clash, right? Yeah. So if you marry someone who, let's say, they don't believe in the Bible, but they say they're spiritual, and then you, on the other end, you're saying you're spiritual, but you're talking about spiritually connected to Christ or the Holy Spirit, it's not going to work, because spirits are there that are clean and unclean, right? So you want to make sure that you are dealing with clean spirit. And some people have a different definition of that, right? So you want to make sure that you are in the same definition of what spirituality you believe in. And for us, is Christ. We believe in the Holy Bible. We know it's the only true Bible. We don't want anything outside that. So we are equally yoked. And when we grow together. But this is our definition of equally yoked as believers.
For sure. And I love how you explain that. I think that provides a lot of clarity. And essentially, you're saying you have to be fundamentally aligned in what you believe. Now, does that mean that you have to be on the exact same level at the start of the relationship? No, it doesn't mean that, because I would be honest with you guys, when I started my relationship, me and my wife, we both had the fundamental belief in Jesus Christ and Yahweh. But I will say that, in my opinion, I believe my wife was more actively living the lifestyle of that, religion. Me per se, I grew up in a Baptist church, and I read my Bible occasionally. I prayed every night, but when I got it with my wife, and I picked up some of the habits that she did, and I started applying that in every aspect of my life. So now I pray throughout the day. I pray in every single thing that I do. I read my Bible. I study my Bible. I meditate on my Bible. So again, you don't have to necessarily start off in the same place, but the fundamental core belief should be aligned. That otherwise, like she said, you're going to clash in the future. And that's from religion, that's from politics, that's from across a variety of different topics, wherever you want to take it. But I do think that's a big reason marriages fails, because that fundamental core belief system is not aligned.
Your foundation has to be the same.
Yeah, I think we answered that one. The second reason that most marriages fail, because people tend to get with another person because they fall in love with the highlight reel of marriage. What I mean by that is a lot of people obsess over the big wedding, the idea of marriage. It sounds good. It's romantic. There's butterflies. You're going on dates. You're doing all of these things, and it's cool. And I can tell you firsthand, marriage is amazing. But I'll be honest with you guys. There are times where your marriage will be tested. I'm thankful that me and my wife, we align on so many levels. To be honest with you, we don't face a lot of the same conflicts that other marriages do, but I will say that we see it so often that when one person, for example, is going through a tough time, tumultuous times, the other person starts to tap out or bow out. And marriage is not just the highlight reel, guys. You have to embrace the highs. You also have to embrace the lows, okay? Because you won't always be on the high. That's life. Life is going to throw curveballs at you. Life is not going to always be sunflowers and sunshine and all of that. So you have to be ready for the tough times. So again, sometimes your partner may lose their job. Sometimes they may go through a health issue. They won't always be at their best. So the question is, are you still going to be there for them 100%? Are you still going to show up for them, 100% in the same way that you did when things were good? That is the true test of a marriage, okay? I'd rather be married to someone who I know is going to be there with me when things are tough versus someone who's just with me when things are good. That, I feel like, is another very, very important thing where we see a lot of marriages fail, is because, people don't want to struggle. They just want the happy stuff, the highlight reel. So what do you think about that, babe? For those folks who fell in love with the idea of marriage and then they find themselves in a position where, I don't know, this for me, this is not what I thought it was, what would you say? And how could they work on fixing that?
The first thing that I would say is, don't follow social media couples and don't follow celebrities couples, right? That's the first thing. Those where our ideas come from, or you look at influencers, right? I feel like in order to be an influencer, you have to influence people, right? So those people that you're watching, they're influencing your marriage. You understand? I remember when I was in high school, I used to look at cute couple goals. A lot of those couples that I used to look at, they're not even together. You understand what I'm saying? So the first thing that I would say to people who are looking to get married, social media marriages are for social media. They're not for real life, right? So what exactly am I saying? I'm saying that don't base your marriage on social media couple goals.
Or anyone in general. Don't base your marriage off of somebody.
Yes, because you've seen social media couples, how they go through all these things, and some they just have kids and not married, which is very tough, being a baby mama or baby dad or baby mama maker. It's not a compliment. When you're a baby mama, it's not a compliment. When you're a baby mama maker, it's not a compliment either, right? So those are the people that we are looking up to as a culture, right? And that's ruining marriages, that's ruining relationships, right? So when you are looking at social media goals, that's where the problem is. It's social media.
What's crazy is some people on social media are actually pretending to be a couple. I know I've heard stories of where people actually have an agreement, a contract, and they're in it just for the money, and the fame. So you can't trust what you see online all the time.
Before you get into a relationship, relationship with somebody, get to know them, actually have good intention for the person, and then build a genuine relationship, right? And don't have kids, because people are having kids. That's a bigger commitment. That's a lifetime commitment, right? And that's like totally part of the reason why a lot of people are having issues, and then you break up. A lot of this happens with celebrities and influencers. We see it all the time. They are continue to let us down because they are not staying in their marriages or relationships, you know what I mean? Or they wrap up or something, they do the other things. This is what a lot of people are looking up to when they're going to their marriage. They're like, oh, well, I remember I was watching this video. So a man bought his wife a push gift, and then you're like, okay, so her push gift, and I see the comments, oh, if my man doesn't buy me a car for my push gift, are we breaking up? Or if my man don't buy me a Chanel for a push gift, then this and this. But like, that's not what your man don't have a Chanel money, right? Your man doesn't have a car money. Like, your man might just have $50 for a nice foundation or makeup or things like that, right? You can't compare yourself in this people, because this girl might get a Chanel or a car tomorrow, they break up, right? And you are with your partner for life. Love is a beautiful thing. Don't let anybody play you. You can be successful with the right man and the right woman. You can buy those cars with the right man and the right woman. You have to be with the right person, and you will be so much happier, and be your own goals. Like, I literally don't have any couple goals. I don't look up to any couple because I don't know what's going on in their marriages. I just can't trust anyone just because their relationships looks good online. I can't do that. I have to know you in person.
Yeah, and I think you did a great job at addressing that. And I know I kind of, with that question or with that topic, I kind of split it into two things, but I do want to make sure we also address those folks who are already in a marriage, and kind of what we've been talking about. They're in love with the idea of marriage, they're in love with what they see online. But for those folks who are already in a marriage, and let's say their partner doesn't live up to the expectations of what they see online, or their partner, let's say for example, things were perfect, things were good, but maybe their partner has a low time, maybe their partner goes through a specific struggle. So what would you tell that person that is in the marriage currently and their partner is not living up to, their expectations or what they see online?
When you have the right partner, no matter how down they are, no matter how much they feel low of themselves, going to talk to your partner, that's why it's so important to be equally yoked. We go back to that, right? When you have the right partner and you go to your partner and say, I feel like you are lacking in this area, and I need you to work toward fixing this, and then you tell me what you think I can do better, right? That's so important. If you don't have communication in a relationship, if you're not equally yoked, you are not going to be patient in that marriage.
So sorry to cut you off, but just so I'm clear, and I want to be clear to our audience, if your partner is lacking in those areas, you would say like, hey,
yes,
you're lacking, or would you phrase it in a different way?
I'll phrase it in a different way, but I have to say so you understand.
Yeah.
But don't go and say you are not good enough. You should say, babe, I feel that I want you to start taking me more on dates. I want to go on a date. Or even you set up the date and be like, hey, I'm going to set up this date, but next time I want you to set up this date, right? I want you to work towards your career. I don't want you to give up on yourself, because if you give up on yourself, our family is going to be destroyed. I want you to start praying more. I want you to join the gym, right? I want you to get a job, and I'm going to help you. I'm going to be there with you, right? This is why equally yoked is important. When you are with the right partner, you can read each other spiritually, emotionally, right? And I'm not saying like literally, right? It's just the feeling. You can feel it, right? So it's just being in the same page. You can correct each other. When people you're walking, one might be in the front a little bit and like, hey, wait for me, bro, and then hey, now we're walking together again. You can work it out. You have to be equally yoked. What you're saying is literally aligning together. You have to be equally yoked. If you don't have somebody, if you don't respect somebody, why are you with them?
I just want to say too is that if you find yourself in a position where you are, finding yourself maybe falling out of love, which I know is not, that doesn't sound great, with your partner, maybe like I said, because they're not meeting your expectations, you need to go back reflect and think about what is it that made you fall in love with this person in the first place. Because I think a lot of couples, they get so caught up in the day-to-day, the busyness, the children, the work, and they start to forget why they fell in love in the first place.
Yes.
So sometimes we need to take a step back to take 2 steps forward.
Yes, and to be honest with you, don't give up on your marriage. Start dating each other again. Love each other again. If you fall out of love, start loving them again. Okay, start loving them again.
It takes work.
It takes work, yeah. Go on dates. Some girls like flowers. Some girls like makeup. Some girls like when their man cooks for them or clean their house or cut the lawn. Is that what you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to start doing those things. Get a job. If you're a woman, start wearing makeup. Start taking care of yourself. Start dressing up. Get your hair done. It's okay.
It sounds like a lot of what you're saying is, in order for this to work, number one, you guys both have to be putting in mutual effort, and number two, you have to be trying to uplift your partner. If one is focused on putting the other person down, it's not going to work. So, yeah, cool. I think we addressed that pretty thoroughly. So the last point that we wanted to mention of why marriages fail at a significant rate is because of infidelity, guys. And when I say infidelity, essentially that's cheating. And I think in general, not just cheating, but just being dishonest is a big reason why a lot of marriages fail. So my question to you today is, what is the solution for infidelity? What is the solution for if someone is dishonest? If you are currently married and that other person is dishonest, what do? Do they actually have grounds for divorce? That's a tough question, but...
Yeah, and I think I'm going to address this for married people because you can't cheat on someone who you're not married to. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, they don't understand. Like, commitments, you can betray them, but how can you cheat on someone who you're not married in the eyes of the Lord or the law? So
you're saying a boyfriend and a girlfriend, if one cheats, it doesn't...
They have an agreement. Are they fornicating? I don't know. You understand? Marriage is something you don't want to play with.
Yeah, marriage.
You know what I mean? That's in the ends of in the eyes of the law and in the eyes of God. That's marriage. You know what I mean? It's a different thing. It's like a contract. It's like a breach of contract. You understand what I'm saying? So I can't even address people who are not married when it comes to this because people have to understand. Like, this is what I tell people: you have to court somebody and then marry them. You can't expect somebody that you're not married to be faithful to you if they find somebody else who is willing to marry them.
Yeah,
you understand?
Even in the law, like the actual man-made law, a lot of times if you're not like legally married to that person, there's not much you have a grant.
Marriage is so important, you guys. Like, let's say something happened to your partner, and when you're together but you're not married, you're not getting nothing. Not the house, not everything you build together. The wife does, not the girlfriend. So let that sink in, especially if you're building things with somebody. I don't know there's law where you can put this person, but I'm telling you remember this video, okay? You remember. But let me answer your question.
Answer my question. If somebody is dishonest or if they experience infidelity in a marriage, how do they fix it, or can they fix it?
Yes. So first thing first, cheating is absolutely a choice. Like, I don't care how hard things are. I don't care what you're going through. Cheating is a choice, and if somebody cheat or you cheat on somebody, you made a choice. It's you who cheated, not the other person, right? That's just what it is. Now, let's talk about what you can do to prevent cheating, right? First thing first, you have to go back to your marriage, to the start, how you started dating, the person you started dating, the person you married. What's changed? What are you doing wrong? What are they doing wrong? Talk to them. Go to counseling. If the person doesn't listen to you, pray for them. And then keep trying until you notice that the person is not trying at all. Then you have to separate from that person. You know what I mean? Do not cheat on someone. Don't filthy yourself. God don't play about marriage. If you talk to your partner and they're still not listening to you, if you give everything you have to your partner, you're showing up, you want to have intimacy with them, you're cooking for them, you are paying the bills, you're taking care of them, you're being there emotionally, physically, financially, mentally, and then your partner is not there spiritually, they're still not there, and you pray to God and the person is still not there, you are not equally yoked. And if you are not happy in your marriage, if you are depressed, you have to pray to God to give you a solution, because anything that is going to destroy you, you have to walk away. Anything that is, even the Bible says that it's better to go to heaven with no leg and feet and hands than to go to hell with your whole body. You understand? And if you have a partner who is pulling you away from God, pulling you away from your happiness, after you try, not because, oh no, I can't do it. No, you have to give it a try. Give it at least a year of trying. At least a year of trying. At least a year of trying, a year of therapy, a year of prayers, a year of commitment, and then you can decide what you want to do after that.
So you're saying that if someone does experience infidelity, dishonesty, that they should still make an effort to try to make things work, to try to look past it, to try to give it their all. But at that point, if the other person just isn't giving or trying, then it's grounds to separate.
I definitely say that if somebody had infidelity on the marriage, they should definitely do their best to convince the other person that they have truly changed, that the person can trust them again. Because people like me and you, like we don't tolerate that. So like, so that's a dangerous game to play. You know what I mean? But me and you don't do that kind of stuff. So what I can say is that hopefully you don't have somebody who is difficult to please. Because me,
Well, because biblically you've already violated the covenant. The person does have grounds to leave.
To leave,
if within your heart you just really want to.
You want to please God. If you want to please God, because we can say whatever we want. God don't want nobody to be divorced. So you at least want to show God that you fought for it, because God can see you in your heart. And if God sees that you're genuine, God is going to protect you.
Yeah, and we personally have seen marriages where there was infidelity and they ended up working out. So it's not that it's not possible. It makes it harder. It makes it harder.
Infidelity, betrayal, and I've seen also people who they were married to people who were not good for them, right? And they left, right? So
basically, pretty much on every topic we talked about, it seems that it always comes down to effort, what you want, and God as the foundation. If you have those three things, then you should be able. You should be in a good position to make your marriage work.
Absolutely, so. I agree with you, man. Like it's not easy. Marriage is not for the weak. Let me just say this: it's Jesus, it's the church, it's the man, the wife, the kids. You know what I mean? Everything is in order. So if you marry a man who understands that, I promise you, a man of God, a man that fears Yeshua, a man that is walking in Christ will not disappoint you. So I've met some women, and I've seen some women, a lot of women online who say that all men are bad people, they hate men. Imagine someone saying that they all hate women. I hate all women. All women are liars. So that's how those women sound when they talk about men. All men are liars. I hate all men. Like this one lady who her whole channel is about hating men, and now she's married to a rich man. She's traveling the world, and people are mad at her. She played in your faces because you believe that she hates men. You believe that she says she'll never get married. She's engaged. She's getting married, y'all. So it's trending on TikTok. So what am I saying? Follow the order of God. Be with the right man, and the right man will lead you.
Yeah, and you said that don't follow the world. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing, what you see online. Focus on you and your relationship and your marriage, and you'll be okay. That's what we've done, and everything has been amazing. All right, everyone. So I hope this video was valuable, guys. If you're married and you're maybe going through some struggles in your relationship, hopefully this video can help you to find some solutions. If you're not married, this video hopefully can help you to know what to look for going into marriage. So yeah, that's all I got for today. You have anything else you want to add?
No, thank you so much.
All right. Again, my name is Dre. This is my wife, Asha. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. We do a variety of different types of videos. Sometimes we do these advice videos. Sometimes we do challenges. Sometimes we do skits. So we like to just, change it up from time to time. So yeah, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let us know down below if you're married. Again, if you went through any issues and you were able to work through it, feel free to share that story below in the comments, because that will be valuable for other people to read and learn from as well. All right. Thank you guys. Love you guys, and we will will see you on the next one. Peace.